Hey everyone, Connor and Amelia here, and it's supposed to be sunny and 50 today, and we got about 6 inches of snow last night, so we're gonna go ahead and pack up the camper and head to camp in the mountains today.
Yeah, so follow along and see how it goes.
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you're new here, and join us as we go camp in the snow for the first time in our 4-wheel pop-up camper.
So Connor built this platform right here so that the same height of the camper matches our truck bed, and this is our first time using it.
And to get the camper off the trailer, we just have to drop all 4 jacks, and then we'll raise it to the same height as the truck bed, and then we'll pull the trailer out and back the truck in. Pretty much we raise it until we can see the top of the truck bed, which is right there on the back side, and then we know that it'll fit.
Time to drop it.
Okay, since we are going on just a quick trip, I did take the front ones off just because they get really close to the side of the truck and I don't want anything to scratch. And because we rented a house with a pretty strict HOA, we're not allowed to have campers on our truck at all times. And since we are going on a really short trip, again, we're leaving the back jacks on, and we're gonna leave the tailgate on just to make it quicker to unload whenever we do get back. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and strap this camper down, and then we'll get it all packed up. Time to go ahead and get this thing packed up, and first step is our clothes. All right, well, we're all packed up and ready to go, so we're gonna hit the road.
Hey guys, so we just drove about an hour onto a Forest Service road to camp in the snow.
We're pulling on right now, and there's a couple inches of snow on the ground still, so we're gonna stick it in 4-wheel drive and go find a spot for the night.
Cool, follow along.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low. Now, if you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night.
And we made it to our site. We passed a ton of different tent camping sites, but you couldn't get a vehicle back to them, so we had to drive that road for quite a while. But anyway, this site was great. We got the fire pit, still a decent amount of snow on the ground. Amelia and Barkley over here getting some things ready and unpacked out of the truck, and we're gonna go ahead and I think have a beer and just kind of welcome in camp.
Cheers.
So one thing that we haven't installed yet is this thermometer, and we were just kind of waiting until we went camping somewhere just to save the battery life on it. And this is a great time to do it so we can see how cold it is outside. We have a little monitor screen that we can see, so we'll put them in there. And then we also have the actual temperature gauge that goes outside. So we'll mount this at some point, but for now I think we're just gonna leave it sitting on the truck. So we'll get the batteries put in and show you when it's all set up. And while it's still somewhat warm in here, we're gonna go ahead and put the Reflectix up along the sides of the camper. So it's not a perfect solution as the thermal packs that you can order from 4-Wheel Camper whenever you buy it originally, but it does help keep a little bit of the heat inside, and it also builds up some condensation on the side. So whenever we wake up in the morning, it will definitely be wet. We'll have to dry it off before we put it away, but that's okay because we'll stay warmer tonight.
cheers, babe.
Cheers. Love you.
We think it's beer o'clock, so we're gonna hang out in our chairs and enjoy some of the snow shine. I didn't mean to say that.
Now we're gonna sit here and finish our drinks before it's dinner time. And we brought some chili that we made a couple weeks ago and froze and then thawed out for this trip, so it'll be nice and warm for the snow. And then we'll start a fire, sit by it, and
We're also gonna roast some s'mores, so stay tuned for that.
And yeah, that's it. All right, we haven't used the stove in a while since the cargo trailer, but it's this butane stove, pretty simple, very cheap, and we're trying to figure out if we want to use it for simple stuff inside and boiling water for the coffee in the morning. We don't have a ton of space to work with in here, so sometimes that means getting your dinner ready on the floor. Just lock the butane in and turn it to start. And we're just gonna go ahead and open this vent fan a little bit, just so the fumes have a place to escape. And since we're waiting in here for a little bit, we might as well go ahead and get ready.
So cute little story behind this little quilt.
Yeah, this is actually the quilt that I had when I was growing up as a kid. And it's got all this camping stuff on it.
Little bears.
Ducks.
Yeah, it's just really cute. So while Connor stirs up and tries the chili, we have our final layer to our bed. This guy. Look at these bowls of chili. We're gonna add some cheese and some Fritos to top it off, and we're gonna chow down.
Alright, so looks good to me. So one thing we're still having to learn about this camper is space management, and since we've already pulled the bed out and made it and then cooked dinner, we're gonna eat dinner inside, and that just means standing up and using the bed as the table. So just part of what you have when you have a really small camper like this, but making it work. Well, we are full and warm and just wanted to come out here and enjoy a little bit of a fire while we still have some light out. And then once the sun drops fully and it's cold out here, we'll probably make our way in bed. But until then, we're gonna burn through a stack of wood and just sit here and enjoy the night.
The moment we've all been waiting for. S'more time!
One of the nice parts about camping in the snow is you can just douse the fire by shoveling a big scoop on top and it'll do the rest.
All right, so it's about 8:30. It is 32 degrees outside and about 60 degrees in the camper. We just kicked on our heater earlier just to warm up, change into our PJs, and then get ready for bed.
Well, that's it for us tonight. Now we're all tucked in here nice and cozy. Hopefully we don't freeze, and we'll check back in the morning. So hope you'll have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Good morning. It's 19 outside, 27 in here. See the condensation building up on the walls, so that's gonna all melt off once it starts to heat up. Yeah, it's coffee time.
Always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder.
Alright, so we got our heater going a little bit this morning with the vent fan cracked. And now it's time for coffee.
It gets undressed when it's cold. And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes. Until winter comes. It really makes me wonder.
Good morning.
Yeah, it makes me wonder.
So while we're out moving around this morning, we're gonna keep the door open and the screen shut, and then keep the fan on inside so we can try to pull out some of the moisture, hopefully. And we will do this again once we get home. We'll park the truck in the sun, drop all the windows, turn the fan on, leave the door open, and try to get as much moisture out as we can, because otherwise, whenever you shut it down, it'll probably start to mold, and we don't want to have to deal with that. So that's what we're doing now. We're just gonna drink our coffee, try to warm up a little bit in the sun, and go from there. After coffee and a nice little walk, I think it's time to make some oatmeal with a little bit of peanut butter in it. The oatmeal is nice and warm, and now the sun is starting to go behind the clouds. So we may start to pack up and head home just because it's still pretty cold out, and we've got some things to do at the house. So we ended up having a great night here in the four-wheel camper. And got to about 18 degrees last night. Stayed relatively warm.
Relatively.
Yeah, warm enough. Warm enough to do it again. If you're here, go ahead and subscribe, and the best way to help us out is to leave a comment and like this video. So we'd appreciate it, and let us know your thoughts and what you want to see next, because we're gonna be in the camper for about 3 months this summer, traveling around all over the U.S. So stay tuned for those videos, and we'll pack up and hit the road in May. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.